I was like digging around on their website the other day. Kind of made me go, what else is on there? Hey guys, welcome back. So got Friday favorites and Fooeys for you today, and I would say overall I was kind of feeling some like Valentine sort of makeup looks this week, like either pinky or neutral lips, kind of neutral eye looks, glowy makeup, so like glowy highlight, glowy inner corners, metallic-y lid, just kind of like fresh, girly, Valentine's-y makeup this week. So yeah, I've got some drugstore favorites, some new goodies, just some good things to chat about. So let's get to them. For eyes this week, Pixi sent me a beautiful box with a couple of new eyeshadow palettes and also some brushes in there. And I have been loving both the palettes, but especially this one. I grabbed for this one more. This is so pretty. This is what I've got on my eyes today. This is the Eye Reflection Shadow Palette in Natural Beauty. So it's got a nice collection of mattes and shimmers. The mattes, like even this one right here, I've got this in my crease. It looks like it's got a little bit of, oh, I don't even know. Maybe it's just like, well, I was gonna say it looked like it had micro shimmer, but I think it might have been from like one of these because now I'm not seeing it. So scratch that. It's a beautiful matte, I think. And it's gorgeous. This metallic-y shade I wore on my lids this week. Oh my goodness, this one right here, it's gorgeous. I have this one on the inner corners of my eyes. Today I have a combination of this one and this one. I love these metallic-y shades. Oh my gosh, that's so pretty. The mattes blend really nicely. The metallic-y shades are super metallic, and especially if you wear them with a setting spray, which is what I did today, they just pop and they build on themselves really nicely. So you can apply one layer and then go back over it and it just gets more metallic-y and amazing. Yeah, okay, so I'm looking at this one right here. That shimmer I thought I was seeing in that matte, definitely from the one next to it. So there is some shimmer in that one, but it's beautiful. The rose gold is like this beautiful pinky rose gold. Oh my gosh. Then the other one is kind of more of a peachy, bright rose gold. Do y'all see those? I mean, just how they catch the light. These would work as highlighters as well. I'm just so impressed with this palette. It really, I was like digging around on their website the other day just because I've been enjoying these so much. It kind of made me go, what else is on there? There's a third one of like when you go to their website, there's this one, the other one that they sent me, and then a third one that's kind of, the third one looks kind of more rosy, from what I can remember, like rosy, burgundy. But anyway, I love this one because overall it's kind of a little bit more cool toned. So it kind of has more of like a taupey, you can just kind of see that this one has more of a chocolatey, purple undertone sort of brown theme to it, if that makes sense. It's a beautiful, cool toned, neutral palette that's just great quality and works so well. For blush this week, I have a couple of new at the drugstore goodies that I've been loving. So first off is the Rimmel Maxi Blush Powder Blush, and this is in the shade 001 Third Base. I do have this on my cheeks, but then I have other things with it, like another blush and then a highlighter. But this is so cute, so pretty, super affordable. I think it was like $4.50. I found it at Walmart. So this one, I think from memory, is the lightest one. It's this really pretty, very neutral, kind of a satiny, sort of a pinky peach is how I would describe it. So it's neutral, but it's fresh. So it's not very brown. It's got this like kind of bright peachy, pinky peach sort of a look to it, but it's still neutral, if that makes sense. So it's neutral, but it's got a little bit of like a fresh brightness to it. Really nice, blends very well, pigmented, builds on itself well. I didn't find necessarily, from what I can remember, I have a hard time taking note of how things wear because I really just don't go like check in the mirror a ton during the day. And even at the end of the day, sometimes I'll tell Timothy, I'm like, now try to help me remember to either look at if this mascara smudged on me or if this blush faded, because sometimes I just forget. So from memory, I don't think I remember any kind of fading with this. Yeah, I think it wore well. It's pretty, it's affordable, it's a big pan, it's a good cute blush. And Milani added a couple of new shades of their baked powder blushes. So there's this one and then one other one. I got both of them, but this is the one that I grabbed for the most this week. This is so pretty. This is number 14, Petal Primavera. So it's kind of a, I feel like in the pan it looks a little bit more mauve-y, but it's really kind of like a, I mean, it's a little bit mauve-y, but it's warmer. It's kind of a little bit more like a ginger sort of a color, something like that. It's very neutral, but it's got like a peachy neutral warmth to it. So beautiful. Overall, kind of like a satin finish to it. I love these Milani baked blushes. I really honestly kind of forget about my other ones that I have, but I've always really enjoyed them. Every time I wear them, I really enjoy them. So I'm excited that they came out with new colors. Both kind of warm, the new ones, but this one is like the one that I just kept reaching for the most. This one's very neutral. It just looks very, I don't know, I guess cohesive with a makeup look. It's one of those blushes that can go with a bunch of different makeup looks. So that's why I kept grabbing for it. It's so pretty. Yeah, they're buildable, they're blendable, they're easy to work with, they wear well. And since they're baked, I just feel like baked blushes have this like soft, beautiful, youthful freshness on the cheeks. Just so pretty. So yeah, I really, really enjoy it. I got this in my BoxyCharm box and have really been enjoying it this week. This is the Pretty Vulgar Shimmering Swan Highlighter, and the color is 41 Glimmers of BS. So on the little card that BoxyCharm sends, it said that this retails for like $32. I don't think I would pay $32 for this, especially because of just the packaging feels pretty cheap on it. If the price point were lower, I wouldn't care at all about the packaging. I think it's pretty packaging. It just feels cheap. So for that price point, my preference would be to make the price point lower. But at that price point, if you keep it at that, I think that the packaging needs to be a little bit nicer. So price point, I don't know about it. But this is a favorite this week because I just kept grabbing for it. I love it. I really do enjoy it. I think it's a beautiful highlighter. Just the price point I feel like is a little bit high. So it is a beautiful, kind of a peachy champagne is how I would describe it. And it really is that pearlescent kind of a sheen to it. And really, like when I look at this in the pan, it almost looks like a cream. It's not a cream, it's a powder, but I think because of that pearl kind of a finish to it, it just looks almost like a cream. It is so pretty. And it's one of those that you can kind of apply it lightly or you can keep building it up. A light application is just this kind of a soft, very natural, neutral sort of a highlighter. But then when you keep building it up, you've got more of this kind of metallic intensity to it. But it's just so pretty. Blends well. Can you kind of see how it's sort of like diffusing there? So it's beautiful on the cheekbones. It's really pretty on the inner corners of the eyes. It's just very brightening and fresh on the face and to the eyes. So I've really, really been enjoying it. I think it's a great highlighter. Just once again, I wish the price point kind of matched up with the presentation a little bit more. For lips this week, I grabbed for this one from Colourpop several times. This is so pretty. This is one of their, I don't know which like formula this is, but it's one of their Luxe lipsticks of some kind. And this is in the shade Stone Fox. I've looked at this color multiple times. See, even in a swatch, I feel like this looks different. It looks like a bright pink, and it kind of is, but on my lips, it's more like a light neutral sort of color. It looks way less bright than it does here. So I would say look at the swatches on their website, like the lip swatches, so you can kind of see what it looks like on different skin tones. Because that's the reason I didn't buy it for a long time, was based on like swatches I was looking up and seeing. Is that in a swatch it looks more pinky, but it's really, at least on my lip color, which has a little bit of like, my lips are kind of like a mauve-y, pinky sort of color just naturally. So mixed with my natural lip color, it ends up being a lot more neutral than it looks here. So anywho, that's a tangent. I like to wear it with a lip liner. I think that kind of like gives it some dimension to it. And it's just really pretty. I feel like it's one of those, it's still kind of a statement, sort of a lip color. It's not a subdued sort of a neutral color. It's a little bit brighter, a little bit more of a, like a pow, a wow, a fresh sort of a look. So that's why I like to pair it with a lip liner to kind of get that I don't know, I think it just makes it look a little bit more natural. So anywho, I love the formula of these. I think the packaging is really pretty, comfortable formula on the lips, wears well, doesn't feel dry or uncomfortable, but really kind of sets and stays around for a good amount of time. So really like these lipsticks, and I just think this color is so pretty. But once again, I would say look up lip swatches specifically because it's really pretty. Let me show you in a second. Let me talk about this one and then I'll switch to that lip color so you can see it on me. Okay, so this is what I have on my lips right now. This was totally a favorite this week. This is the Revlon Ultra HD Matte Lip Mousse, and this is in the shade Dusty Rose. So they sent me several of these through Octoly. Revlon did through Octoly to try out for Instagram, but I've mentioned on my channel several times because I love these. Love them. They're very moussey, so they are definitely a lip mousse. So that is a great name for them because they're just a really cool sort of a formula to them. They are not super overly matte. They are definitely more moussey. So they keep that moussey feeling on the lips. They do kind of set down a little bit as you wear them, especially as you wear them for a long amount of time. They really set down on the lips and get to be more of a matte finish. Not full on matte though. They always keep that little bit of a fluffy, moussey sort of a texture, but they're really comfortable on the lips, and I love how they wear. They're super low maintenance. I mean, I would not look at this and think, like, especially in this container and just looking at the swatch, I would not think this kind of a formula would necessarily be a low maintenance lip product, but it totally is. It wears like a low maintenance matte lipstick. Like, even through eating, a lot of it stays around, but the little bit that kind of fades away, it doesn't do that there, not there line. It just sort of fades like a lipstick would. So it's just so low maintenance and easy and pretty. So I love how it feels on the lips. I love how it wears. I love how low maintenance it is. Pretty colors. This one is a beautiful kind of bright, sweet pink, kind of a bright rosy pink is how I would describe it. It's so pretty. Okay, so here's that Stone Fox color. So do you see, like, well, I don't know. It just looks more pinky there. It is pinky, but it's a little bit more on the neutral side too. Now this is without a lip liner, but with a lip liner too, I mean, it just ends up being this kind of slightly neutrally but bright, fresh sort of a lip color. I really, really enjoy it. It kind of surprises me. So just wanted to show it to you so you can kind of see it on my lips, what it looks like, just because I feel like slightly different story of what it looks like in a swatch versus on the lips. But I just think it's a fun, bright, neutral, semi-neutral lip color that I'm enjoying this week. Okay guys, so those are all my favorites for this week. So hope that you really enjoyed this video. Please hit a thumbs up if you did, and let me know down below what you were loving this week or maybe not so much loving. Let me know your weekend plans or any questions that you have. I'm happy to answer those. Please subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!